All right, Mike here again with Bettor Times, here to go over our safe parlay, our underdog parlay, our underdog to watch, and our fantasy pick two for this week's fight card, Dominic Cruz versus Marlon Vera. Now, before we go over our safe parlay, just to go over what the safe parlay is, it's something we like to start off small and try to end big for our year goal. This year is our first year. We're trying to keep it simple with $2,000, and for the past few weeks we've hit. So with those $50, you should be at a profit of $167 over the past 3 weeks, with the total of $217. This week we're going to try to keep it really safe, get over that $200 mark, $200 profit margin, and then once we start going from there, we're going to start risking it a little bit more, but keeping it safe as well. Now, for this week, our safe parlay is going to be Lupita Godinez, who's going up against Angela Hill. Clearly, Angela Hill has struggled with really strong wrestlers, grapplers, jiu-jitsu artists, whatever. But Lupita Godinez is a very strong wrestler, and she throws people down with force. This is going to be no different with Angela Hill. She will be able to take her down, and she will be able to either finish the fight from there or ride it out to a decision. Either way, Lupita Godinez is our first pick. Our second pick is going to be Ode Osborne. Osborne has very quick hands, and he is very good at getting in and out with the quickness as well. He's going up against Tyson Nam. Now, as good as Tyson Nam is, and he is a really good fighter, I think he's a better fighter than he gives himself credit for, but he always relies on the right hand. Always. And the right hand is dynamite, but this is the wrong person to rely on that with. He will be able to get out the way. He will be able to return with hard shots of his own. And if for any reason the fight gets a little too ugly for Ode, he can always wrestle. He will always have that in his back pocket. So, two-legged parlay for this week. Lupita Godinez, Ode Osborne. That is a minus 124. $50 will win you 40, and that will put you over the $200 profit margin so far for this year. Now, our underdog parlay, we got Zombie Girl, Priscilla Cachoeira, going up against Ariane Lipski. Now, Lipski has more to her skill set than Cachoeira, but Cachoeira has a tendency of showing off her chin. She is able to take whatever her opponent throws at her, and it just comes back with bombs, and they are bombs. So I don't see Lipski being able to handle what is going to be thrown at her. So that is our first leg of the underdog parlay. Our second leg is going to be Dominic Cruz. And Dominic Cruz is someone I feel like is just being disrespected in the betting market. He's been an underdog for his past 2 fights when he should have been the favorite. People forget this man is one of the greatest bantamweights of all time. Not Dillashaw, not Aljamain, not Barao. It is Dominic Cruz. And Dominic Cruz, he is facing Marlon Chito Vera. Everything Chito has to bring, Dominic Cruz has seen before. The heavy pressure, the power, and the leg kicks, man. Look, people think because Henry Cejudo did so good against Dominic Cruz that he laid out the blueprint. No, that is not the case. As good as Henry did against Dominic Cruz was starting to touch him up in that last fight. Go back and watch it. First round was bad for Cruz, but that second round he was back in it and he was touching him up, but he got caught with the knee. Now, maybe that is something to look out for with Chito Vera, but Dominic Cruz's footwork and his head movement has always been a puzzle for all fighters, and I don't see this being any different for Chito Vera. So that's 2-leg parlay for our underdog parlay. That will be a plus 654. $20 will win you $130. Just whatever you want to bet, but that's the foundation I'm giving you. Now, our underdog to watch. Our underdog to watch is someone I always like to say I don't think he's going to win. It doesn't mean we think he's going to win, but it is a very winnable fight for this fighter. Devin Clark going up against Azamat Murzakanov. Devin Clark has shown how really good he is. He brings pressure, high pace, and volume, and he always misses in the wrestling, and he has very good and fast high kicks, whether it's a heel kick or it's just a regular roundhouse. Now, the most dangerous part of this round is going to be the first round for Devin Clark, because Mirzakhanov brings it. He is very accurate. He is very powerful. If he hits you, you could be going down. Now, if you extend him past the first round, even though in his last fight he did finish Tafon Chukwi, he clearly showed that he slows down significantly after the first round. And that's where Devin Clark can pick this fight up. He doesn't have to keep it standing. He can mix in the wrestling and make this fight very grueling for Mirzakhanov. That's why I say this is a very winnable fight. It's because of the cardio. It's not to say that he doesn't still have the power or the accuracy. It's the cardio. He slows down after the first round. And that's why if you look at the website, I say he's clearly just a first round fighter. Because after that, all you got to do is make him work, and the favor is more and more in your hands as the fight goes on. So, Devin Clark is going to be our underdog to watch because of the matchup he has with Mirzakhanov. Our fantasy pick 2 should be pretty simple. You already know that we like to pick an underdog. That's what we call our budget saver. And we clearly believe Priscilla Cachoeira is going to win this hands down. That's the first pick for our fantasy pick 2. Second one is going to be O'Day Osborne. We think he's going to clearly win this fight in dominating fashion. So that's your fantasy pick 2. And of course, figure the rest out for yourself.